I'm good. No complaints for once.
Are you a complainer as well?
I'm a moaner.
As well?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
How are you, Rio?
We got two women who don't want to talk about shoe size, but want to talk about my shoe size.
I know people grow and maybe it's just timing, but I worry his older kids will notice. I worry what it says about how he parented them. Should I bring it up?
It's the colourfulness of life. It's the tapestry of life.
I've grown massively since then. So how I parent now, all 5 of them, was different to how I parented the 3 before.
I was so immersed in my career that it was almost like a family came second to football.
Women will feel more obligated. Do you know what I mean? Like
absolutely.
less women walk out on their families. Does that mean less women want to walk out on their families?
Your actual words were, we see so much things and we get so much good information online about parenting, but you're doing the opposite. Why? That's what you said to me.
Wow.
That's kind of a version of the truth.
Until COVID hit and we had Cree. When I was in it. And I was on the phone to my mates like, guys, we need COVID to get out.
That is a hard job.
I'd fight for them now. I'd fight for stay-at-home mums now. Serious.
Unemployed.
I do believe like you meet people at a certain time of life for a reason. Hi guys, I'm Rio Ferdinand and this is Blended, the podcast where we talk about the highs, the lows and everything in between in regards to a blended family. I've got the giggles, I've got my amazing co-host Nathalie here and a guest co-host who keeps reappearing, my lovely husband Rio.
How you doing, guys? I'm back. By popular demand. Popular demand. I'm
We've
back.
had a little bit of an issue with the mug because we've actually, by the time you're watching this, we'll have moved. We've relocated to Dubai and we've literally got rid of everything out of the house, including my favourite mugs. So we're just left with a few old bits. We've only got I've got 3 outfits hanging in my wardrobe.
I think it's on point. Heart, blended.
Oh, did you choose it especially for that?
Not really, but it was just there. I'm making it make sense.
I know, but okay. Anyway,
I'll be finished in a minute if you want.
How are you, everyone? How are you, Nats?
I'm good. No complaints for once in my life.
Are you a complainer as well?
I'm a moaner.
As well?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
Complaining.
Are you a moaner? Sorry.
There seems to be a little bit... Rio's had a few questions since he's sat on the sofa that you may not have seen that have got like a little...
Undertone
to them. Tell me, is everything all right, babe?
It's all fine. It's just that I've been told that I slur when I talk. I'm coming in with the wrong mug. I've got big feet. I
didn't say you've got big feet that are a problem.
Outfit.
Yeah, I've copied your outfit. I've come in under extreme pressure, I've got to be honest.
I'm so sorry.
But it's fine.
I didn't say you've got big feet as an insult. I just say it as a fact.
You said his shoes are too big to get in a suitcase.
I've got one friend as well who will be living off that as well because he canes my feet every single time I chat to him.
No, I would be...
Boise.
I think your feet suit your body. They suit the size of your body. Basically, guys, we're packing and there's just a lot of shoes. And I was just concerned that all your shoes... I was concerned that all your shoes are going to fit in the suitcase.
Your choice of word ain't right at the moment.
I was concerned they weren't going to fit in the suitcase.
All right.
So I'm just happy to hear that they have.
What size shoe are you?
That's not to be discussed.
Oh, okay then.
Anyway, how are you, Rio?
We got two women who don't want to talk about shoe size but want to talk about my shoe size. It's all right. Sorry, let's go. Right. Sorry about that.
Is shoe size an issue, like for real? Because I remember I used to work at this place, right, full of men, and once they asked me what size shoe I was. So I lied and they bought me a pair of shoes for like Christmas or something. They didn't fit me. My toes were curled up in these heels, walking around.
Some pig toes.
Because I just didn't want to know what size feet I had.
For women, for sure. Like as a taller woman with big feet, I'm not going to say what size shoes I wear.
But actually, that's what I'm saying. It's like, in comparison to your body size, it should blend in.
What are you trying to say? She's a unit.
No, I didn't say that.
Wow.
I said in comparison to your body size,
Leave it out, Rio.
blend in.
Leave it out.
Hypothetically, I didn't say you. I didn't say you.
Anyway, can I just say something?
In general. Right. It's got hot in here.
This is descending into...
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
It's going to be beef in a minute.
Yeah, it is. So anyway, babe, how are
feet
you?
at the door.
Yeah.
I'm not embarrassed with my foot size anymore.
Well, you didn't tell me what size. What size shoe?
I'm a 6.5.
Okay.
Oh, that's small.
I'm fine with that.
6.5 in all shoes.
What the fuck?
I'm just asking.
Actually, sometimes I'm a 6, but my foot size is a 6.5.
You're a 7. Stop lying. Oh,
My size is 6.5.
Oh.
You bought me a 7 the other day. I said, baby, this is too big for me.
yeah, and they said they come up like a little bit big, so I went down half a size for you.
No, you mean you went up half a size.
Well,
Yeah,
I'll let you
I'm a
have it.
6.5, guys. I'm not going to hide about it. If
No,
I
I'm
wear
jo-
a point,
I'm
I might
joking,
go
I'm
up to a 7. But my trainer size is 6.5.
What size are you?
I'm an 8.
I am.
Yeah.
They
Why
look
did you react like
I said
that?
they don't look like an 8. I'm surprised. They don't
What's
look
wrong
like
with
an
an
8.
8?
I thought they looked small.
What is an 8 big? You said I got
No,
big
an
feet.
8. An 8.
You said I got big feet.
I just didn't think you had size 8.
No,
It
I
threw
think
me.
these are a 7 because in trainers I'm a 7. In shoes I'm an 8. So
I've
if I
never-
buy Dunks or something, I'm a 7.
Yeah.
These I think are a 7.5 because they're flat. So I've got to put. See, look, now I'm getting into my
The details.
podiatry issues. my collapsed arches, my insoles. I'm a 7 in trainers. I'm an 8 in.
I just want to say, I've never
shoes.
actually looked at you and thought, oh my gosh, she's got big feet. I've never thought that. So I don't
Do
think
you
you
look
should
at
have any
women and think
complex.
that, though, babe?
Huh?
And would you look at a woman and go, "Cool, she's got big feet"? Is that something men do?
You know what I'm like. I'll pick out stuff. I'll see it.
He would, yeah.
I used to get cussed.
Is it?
Like you, Rio, we were just talking off camera. My feet grew before my height grew.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I was like in primary school,
Waddling.
size 7.
But what shoe shop was you going in? Because that would determine the clunkiness of the shoes. Then you'd have got beef.
What did I used to wear? Like
Was you in Shelley's, Revels? Yeah, see?
Clarks.
Yeah, big feet in there, like clunky, big things like.
Big clunky loafers.
Yeah, there's no dainty effects in there.
Nah.
Sorry, we've gone well off piece here.
So this week's dilemma is, did your feet grow before your height?
Okay, so it's all out in the open. What
all out in
size
the
feet we
open.
are. Everyone's happy. Thanks for joining us, babe.
It's all right.
I feel like whenever you come on, we get a male perspective, and it goes down really well,
Okay.
actually. And I think you open our eyes to just seeing it from a different angle.
Definitely.
All the men do, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like when we get the husbands on, it's really good. So
Yeah.
we are here. We've got a couple of dilemmas
All right.
that we need your advice on. You ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, hold on.
Oh
Did we ask how you are?
no one ever asked how I am.
How are you, Kate?
Oh, you remember? I'm good. Thanks for asking. Thanks.
I know. I live with you.
Did you ask me today?
I did actually. When you just before I came on, I asked you.
I'm joking.
Okay.
Because sometimes you live with people, you don't actually ask. You're right.
No.
You're just like going through the hustle bustle of life, aren't you?
But you're good at telling me how you are, your feelings.
I
Why
can
not?
believe that.
Yeah, you don't hide
Very
like.
expressive.
Yeah, I'll actually know the temperature of the room when I walk in.
Okay.
You're good at showing that.
I'm very
I'm
hyper vigilant to people's moods.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'm always checking in. But for some reason on the podcast, I never ask Kate how she is. I was too nervous.
Listen, guys, I'm cool. You're going to know if I'm happy, you're going to know if I'm sad.
I like it. I like to know.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. It's the first time you said that. Right, listen, we're getting into the dilemma. Since having our baby, I've noticed my husband is way more affectionate and involved with her than he was with his older children. When they were younger, he was a bit emotionally distant, didn't do night feeds, never read bedtime stories, and I rarely saw that kind of tenderness from him. But with our baby, he's all in. He's attentive, gentle, hands-on, and it's beautiful to watch. But I can't help wondering, why now? Why wasn't he like this before? I know people grow and maybe it's just timing, but I worry his older kids will notice. I worry what it says about how he parented them. Should I bring it up? Is it fair to ask? Or should I just let it go and be grateful for the dad he is now?
I don't think there's much wrong with that, if I'm honest. It's like you can be a better dad later in life. It's actually normal, I think, because you have experience. Like in anything, in any walk of life, if you do the first time you start doing things, later on you're going to be better at practice. And he's obviously practiced at being a dad. He's probably reflected and thought, you know what, actually, I could have done this better. And she should be looking at him and going, actually, I've got the best of this guy. Unfortunately, his older kids might look and go, wow, how come he wasn't like that with us? But I think the important part is that he has to explain that to his older kids.
And is he being soft with them now in this stage of their life? Or is he just really tender and soft with the babies and not with the big ones. I think that's not what's clear to see from the dilemma. And would they pick up on it? Because sometimes a change behaviour, we talk about this a lot. If someone's a certain way and then they change behaviour to you, you kind of forget their old ways because you accept them for who they are now.
Yeah.
So if he's being loving in a different way because the children are older now, I wouldn't see why the children would be picking up on it. But if he's still a bit cold with the older kids...
I've lived this. My dad, this is my dad. That might as well be my dad. Like, not that my dad was a great dad in many ways when I was a kid, but he was a very hard disciplinarian when I was a young kid and I couldn't really speak to him a lot, but he would take me out on bike rides, he would take me to football, he'd do this, but he was just a cold guy. Whereas now, fast forward to my sisters, the stuff that I see them get away with and the way they've talked to him at times, not that they're rude, they're really respectful, but they're allowed to talk. You know what I mean?
Talk back, have an opinion.
They're allowed to sit in a room with big people. I weren't allowed in the room.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So they've got an opinion in a room full of adults. That was like an absolute, how dare you? Who do you think you are? Adults are talking, kids listen.
Yeah.
And talk when you're spoken to, basically. And so it's absolutely flipped. But I don't look at it with, I don't know what's the word, with oh, that's not right and that's out of order. It's just like, my dad's just evolved.
Yeah.
And he's better for it.
Yeah. I feel like she's looking for problems.
Yeah.
You know, like there's no problem here. He's grown as a person, he's become a better person. How is that an issue? Like you had another child with him, so his parenting couldn't have been that bad. Well, you're like, oh, you're not you're not the kind of, you know, not so great parent that I thought you were going to be. You're better. This is a problem.
But maybe it's not a problem for her. Maybe it's a problem like for the kids. Because you're quite laid back with that. Some people wouldn't be like that. Some people would be like, you know, I didn't get that from my dad. My dad didn't give that to me.
I would make light of it if I was her. I'd almost make it like a bit of a joke, kind of banter.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's what we done, yeah.
But, I see these posts, like there's this viral thing on, there's been this viral thing on social media where they talk about how grandparents are with the grandkids. So it's like, oh, this is my dad who used to have us doing army drills at 6 a.m. And like the granddaughter's painting his nails. Do you know what I mean?
That's
and he's
exactly
playing dolls' houses with her or whatever. I would just bring light to it.
But it's to be celebrated, like, it's growth.
Absolutely.
This man's grown, like, so it should be like, wow, actually, you was rubbish before, but you're great now. Well done.
Yeah.
But I think the big important part is communication. Communicate that to the bigger kids, so they can't have no grievances.
Yeah,
Yeah,
agree.
it's true.
And also, sorry.
No, go on, you go.
I was also going to say, I've heard people say, especially people who have children really young, right? Like teenage parents struggling in the trenches, like barely have time to show up as a conscious, present parent, and then maybe have kids again in their 30s and they're completely different.
Yeah.
They're like, this little one's seen me grow into an adult. Like we lived in one room, we used to get the bus, stress, like was working cleaning jobs, doing this, that and the other. And then my older children are like in private school, you know, like, and have never had to struggle and grow up in a very, you know, middle class area and have different friends. And it's the colourfulness of life. It's the tapestry of life. I feel like people have different experiences. You get to live different versions of yourself with different people. I don't think it's anything to be scoffed at.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's actually something to embrace and be celebrated.
Yeah. And we were actually speaking about this last night. Like this day and age, as time goes on, you get so much more information online about parenting and different ways of doing things.
Yeah.
Our parents and the younger, when people were parents a bit, you know, like when you had the first 3 kids, all of that wasn't available.
Yeah.
So like now we can read things and adjust ourselves,
Yeah,
whereas
my
that
mum
wasn't
used to
really
have
an
a
option
book.
before.
Mum
Yeah.
used to have a book,
Yeah, it's
like
mad.
when you got ill, and she'd be flicking through the book, like, oh, you got a temperature.
But everything was like, you was like working off like hope almost. Like unless you had a network of people around you that could help you, and like, or a mum who had obviously been through it with you and could give you that experience, then you were bang on your own. There was you didn't have no internet or little group you could go and talk to online and go, oh, or call this number, or it was just like the midwife who don't know you. There's no like real genuine like connection. It was very, I think, difficult back then for parents to really navigate being a mum or dad.
Yeah.
And like you say, with all those added pressures, I couldn't imagine being in that era, bringing up a kid with limited resources, all that stress. And you can understand why like there was a lot of like problems back then.
Yeah.
But there's different problems now, I suppose.
Yeah, well, like we get so much from social media that help us as parents, but it's also a bad thing for our kids.
Yeah.
So like it's double-ended, isn't it?
Yeah. Sometimes I look at my mum.
This is when he's thinking something. He don't know whether to say it or not. Come on.
No, it was when you said, sorry, it was when you said yesterday, you said, no, you said exactly that
Are we
point.
airing it? Are we airing our little debate last night?
No, you said exactly that point. We get taught, so your actual words were, we see so much things and we get so much good information online about parenting, but you're doing the opposite. Why? That's what you said to me.
Wow.
But
Kate is not having it right now.
But it weren't like, it was only, I like teasing the kids every now and again, messing about. But it was the wrong time when I teased them. They were tired. They'd been up playing and out all day.
Yeah.
So they were like stroppy and I was teasing and she went, Rio, no, not now. And I carried on a little bit.
That's kind of a version of the truth, but not,
What's your version,
it's not
Kate?
really my version. I did say that to you because I can't believe we're getting into this. I was really going to be good and not say anything because you're constantly teasing them from the minute you walk in the door. They're tired, they're exhausted. I say to them, babe, they're a bit sensitive. They've had a long day. I've bathed them early. Yeah. Calm time now.
Yeah.
Wind them up instantly.
Carrots are building.
No, at times, but this has been going
Do it
on
when
all
they're
day.
stressed. See how resilient they are. I'm just kidding.
When you're at your worst, that's when we find out.
It's like he's thriving off of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just said to him, babe, it's like the constant winds them up. Like Cree, he's 4. Take winds him up. Tia winds him up.
Oh,
you wind him up.
him.
And then he shouts and gets frustrated.
Yeah.
But if 3 people were winding me up all day, I would do that. But for some reason, because he can't express it, I don't feel like everyone sees that. So I was just saying that to Rio last night. I was saying, listen, we don't need to be doing this. We need to be more aware sometimes. Yeah. Like we're moving house. He's seen all suitcases. We're moving in 2 days.
Yeah.
He might be stressed. He can't express it.
True.
Give him a minute.
Yeah, true.
And that was just our little speech last night.
You're right.
But I think that's what we do. We're parents. We don't agree on everything. So we've got to show each other the way.
I think you're soft sometimes and you think sometimes I'm too hard. It's like you never get 2 parents the same, I don't think.
It's a balance. If one parent's really gentle and maybe another parent shouts, like the kids need both elements. When they get to secondary school and people are shouting and, they've got to have that toughness, that resilience to them, obviously within...
No, it's 100%.
Within the boundary.
But it's like we speak about this a lot, like, because Kate's like... with the kids, especially obviously being in a blended family, like there's a lot of emotion around like, do they like me? Do they respect me? And then that changes with the wind sometimes, right? Or depending on situations. But I was saying like there's always going to be one parent that they take the mick out of a little bit, not take but take liberties with, or they push the boundaries with. Yeah. And it's normally the mum. Because the dad's normally the harder person who's not around as often because he's either working or whatever. And then when they do come around, they have that sternness and the kids are like, they haven't got that as that familiarity sometimes, or it's just like, I ain't seen him for a while, I'm not sure. And I was just trying to help you understand that the other day, remember? But it is like, I don't know why I'm saying that, but it is like there's always a different dynamic with different parents.
This is a thing. So apparently... I'm always quoting studies that I don't know anything about, the names of the year, what uni it's from. But anyway, there's this thing. Kids play up with who they feel most psychologically safe with. Yeah. So because they probably feel like safest with you in terms of like that familiarity, as you say, not that they don't feel safe with you. I was going to say, where we going here? But that familiarity, they'll play up. Whereas you're like, oh, dad's not been in the house for a few days. Dad's coming back. Like it's an exciting thing. It's an other thing. So it kind of makes sense that you would get a bit more of the raw deal from the children, and then they're putting on the airs and graces when dad gets home.
That's what I was trying to say is you don't take it, they don't like you. It's just that they're more familiar with you sometimes and feel they can push it with you.
It's mental. Yeah. Like, it is like a mad time. They've got too much time in their hands. Yeah. Like Cree has 100% got too much time in his hands. He's just like finding trouble and finding it fun. And it is just, and we're moving house and there's so much going on.
There's a lot going on.
It's crazy. So sometimes Rio come home and he's like, what is going on here? And I'm a firm parent, but I've got to the point where I'm like, just whatever.
Concede.
Just whatever they want to do. I just can't. And Rio's like, what is happening? Aww. And you're being too soft. But sorry, we're We're really. But I'm picking my battles. Sometimes you've got to pick your battles.
Yeah.
Do you not think?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And different days, the battles that you pick will look different because it's how much energy do you have? How much capacity do you have? And that's fine. You're doing your best. We're all doing our best.
Yeah, it's so true. Right, guys, we've really diverted. I think it's like natural. We grow as people. When I was a stepmom, I spoke about this before, just a stepmom, sorry. Like, I've grown massively since then. So how I parent now, all 5 of them, was different to how I parented the 3 before.
Yeah.
Like with you, Ria, I've only really seen you have the 2 little ones when they're young, but you're so hands-on. You're a great dad when you're here, obviously. You do. No, when he doesn't. No, he's not always here. But when he's here, that wasn't a dig. That wasn't a dig. It sounded like a dig.
Could you just say that you're a great dad and just leave it there?
Sorry,
without the strays.
Sorry, can we gut that? You're a great dad. No,
leave it in.
No, don't leave it in. You're a great dad. You're very hands-on. You do loads. Full stop. No, it's true. You're not here all the time. When you are here, you're great at it.
Okay.
I don't know what it was like before. Have you grown as a man? Like, is this something you can relate to?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me, I've always considered myself a great dad, right? But it wasn't until we had the 2 little ones, well, Cree first, especially in COVID, that I realised I thought I was being a great dad. I was present on the days off when I was off, and I was active, taking them to nursery, messing around, playing in the house, doing daddy stuff. But I was so immersed in my career that it was almost like family came second to football. So sometimes when I was in the house and I was there, I weren't really present in my mind. I was thinking about preparing for a game. I've got to go here. Who am I playing? Where are we in the league? What are we going to win? Like, my mind was just completely about football, and everything was second best. And I probably, when I look back now, probably wouldn't have been or got to the stage I got to if I hadn't have been like that. It felt like in my head, so I was just completely obsessed. So my family, unfortunately, took a bit of a back seat in that period of my life, and I was convincing myself somehow that I was actually doing a great job as a dad. But I see now, and I look at it and go, right, I was all right, and when I was there, I was good. But I'm much better in many ways now. I work and I'm out and I work, but my mind isn't like outside when I'm at home in that sense. And I consciously try and be more like that.
Yeah. Do you think that part of that mentality that you had before came from the perspective of I'm a man and I should be a provider, and being the provider should be my sole concern, as opposed, because you're in a different stage in your life, like you were still getting it then. You've had it, like you've done it now. So you can take your foot off the gas a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Like when I say you've done it, I mean like you've had the amazing career, you've won the trophies, but back then you were in it and you were still striving for that greatness. But I think what I'm asking is like, do men just see more so, I'm out here, I'm providing, that is what it means to be a great dad?
I didn't necessarily think about it as coldly as that, but I think my action suggested that. Like, I never considered what the mother of my children, just staying at home, being a mum.
Yeah.
What that is, what that meant. And again, that's a big difference to like Kate now. Kate's a mum, but wants to work. But I love that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I don't look at that any differently. But at that time when I was younger, I'm going out, I'm doing this. I don't care what however you get motherhood sorted, you just got to do it. That's the way it was. And it was really, again, just because of the obsessiveness that I had with my career, it was a very selfish approach really. I didn't, but again, do I have to apologise for that? I don't become who I am if I don't.
Yeah, I don't know if I look at it as selfish.
But I do a little bit.
I'm asking the question. Yeah.
No, I think like what you've had to do for yourself to provide for your family and achieve what you've achieved. But then part of me is like a mum thinks now, because I'm so vocal with you, God, with everything, like how we're feeling, what's going on, how I'm feeling about parenting, because I'm like so vocal about everything. Oh, I don't want to do that, like whatever. Was you aware of all that? Was you aware of what really went in to them? Someone mothering your children. That's sometimes what I think about.
Yeah, no. I was like, that's what mums do. That's the way I was. I was very, very like matter of fact in that sense, and
Like that's your role.
yeah, my role is this. I'm playing football. Have to do this, and if we want to have this type of lifestyle and security, I've got to be left to do what I do, and with no questions.
And I think that's the difference.
That's why we would never have worked.
It's funny. It's like we would never have worked in a previous life ever.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't be able to deal with that, and you wouldn't be able to deal with me. I'd been the biggest distraction.
Yeah, I needed to have like complete backing of what you're doing. Go and do it.
Yeah.
Like without no questions, because questions would have been like frying my mind. I didn't have the capacity to take any of that questioning in. It would have been like, hold on, whoa, this is like fireworks going off in my head. I've got to move myself away from this.
Yeah.
So sometimes I feel like maybe you don't realise, and it's when you've been with me and seen how my reaction to parenting is at times, that you realise how hard a stay-at-home mum is. Like sometimes there's not respect for a stay-at-home. Not saying you don't, but people don't realise. It's even me. When people say stay-at-home mum, I think, oh.
No, but it's not
until you're in it.
Yeah,
you don't. You think, wow, this is one hell of a job. A stay-at-home mum.
Yeah, and a man,
like there needs to be a little bit of respect there.
Yeah, no. And a man, and I'll be brutally honest, I've never respected being a stay-at-home mum until COVID hit and we had Cree. When I was in it. And I was on the phone to my mates like, guys, we need COVID to get out. We need to get together, guys, and get us out of this house. Like, it was just too much. It was just like, and I was like, I appreciated motherhood before that, but I didn't know it. Like, I think you've got to be in the thick of it to really appreciate it and go, do you know what? Spud me, like you lot are doing amazing work.
Wifey, spud me.
Yeah. Like, because it is, I could not be a stay-at-home dad.
I think the most disrespectful thing is when people call stay-at-home mums unemployed.
Yeah, no, it's not.
You're like, what?
That is a hard job.
I'd fight for them now. I'd fight for stay-at-home mums now. Serious.
Unemployed?
Yeah.
I remember back in the day the conversations that we'd have in a changing room or with my mates, wherever. And it's like, I don't know, like one of the guys' missus is going off and moaning at them or whatever, and they're like, listen, all she does is that she goes to the school, goes to coffee. Like, what? All I want is a bit of food on the table when I get home. Like, and she's causing that. It's like, now I'm sitting there going, well, you've missed out so much in between.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The coffee shop, preparing them before school, getting them home, making sure the snacks are ready, making sure the food's ready, making sure your food's ready, the washing. There's so much that goes on that we just don't consider and it's ignorance, but it's also because we're so consumed by our job and our life, and we've got such emphasis on providing, like you said, that we go, well, that's got to marry up over there, and I'm doing loads over here. But there's a lot of unseen work that goes on with motherhood.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know what I think as well? I just feel like you as a person, given a choice, you wouldn't choose to be with somebody who was at that stage of their life.
Yeah.
Like you suit, or your preference is a husband who is further along, older, more established, more mature, has lived a bit of life.
Yeah.
And it's that complements.
Yeah, it's so true.
Do you know what I mean?
Because it's so funny how like now we just work so well, but we just never would. Give it
never know.
10 years ago, 15 years ago. We actually laugh about it.
Yeah.
There'd have
It just
been
wouldn't have
constant beef in the house.
So I do believe like you meet people at a certain time of life for a reason.
Yeah.
And like back to the dilemma, people do evolve, people change. Like we always talk about this. I've changed since last week. You learn things, you just evolve, don't you?
Even that, after what, I'd began to play a match. I've been cooped up in a hotel for 3 days, played a match away, come home. Then 9 times out of 10 as well, if I haven't got a game coming up, I want to go out with my mates, let off a bit of steam. And I know that me and you would not be, we'll be like, that would be beef straight away. But it's like, but again, it's almost like you need to be with a particular person at that time of your life for it to work.
Yeah, and an unselfish person who respects what you're doing and lets you do it. And actually that was aligned at that period of your life. Yeah. And now we're aligned at a different period of your life because you're older,
more mature.
And things have changed.
Yeah, like I don't actually get enjoyment of doing that like I did before. There's a time and a place for that.
Yeah.
But it's very different in different times now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I feel like it is? We evolve, we change. And I think that's a good thing. If we stay the same, it would be a problem. So as long as he speaks to his like older children and explains that, and he's still soft and a different person with them now, I think it's quite a good thing. Do you guys?
Yeah, I do.
I think it's what you said, though, is an important point, that the mum softens the situation as well with a bit of humour and just like they do it hand in hand rather than one parent bit doing it on their own. That support together, I think, is important.
Yeah, definitely. Don't make it heavy and too serious, because it isn't, unless some harm came to the children, which I'm sure it didn't. They're all there. They're all still speaking. Just lighten the mood a bit. It's not a problem.
Love that. Right. You're not getting away just now, because we've got another dilemma. We have a past dilemma, which is a good one that we've spoke about, that I feel like we really need your input. We need a male's perspective. So I'm going to read out this old dilemma. It is, if we scroll back, we'll put a little link to it. You can watch that episode. But here we go. Hi, ladies. I really need to get something off my chest because it's been playing on my mind. I've been with my partner for 5 years. He has a 12-year-old daughter and a 14-year-old stepdaughter from his previous relationship. He helped raise both girls and they've been a big part of our lives. But now their mum isn't well to look after them, and he's planned to take his daughter in full-time, but not her older sister. That means the 14-year-old, the one he raised for years, could end up in the care system. I know it's complicated and I understand she's not his biological child, but she's still his child in so many ways, and their sisters. It's made me start thinking about my own son, who's 9. If something ever happened to me, would he take him in too, or would he let my son go the same way?
For me, it wouldn't even be a question. I'd take both of them in straight away. But I think a lot of guys would be thinking about resources first. Have I got the resources to be able to handle both of these kids? Before the emotional impact of the decision, which I think I just couldn't do that. I'd actually probably have to make myself suffer if I have to, and go without a bit to make sure that these 2 kids stay together, because I don't think it would be nice. It would be, I think, catastrophic for one of the siblings to be living with me and living a nice life and just being in a home, and the other one being in the care system. That is like, and also, I would be thinking karma. Would the karma, the mum's now gone and she's ill, she's died, she'll be looking down going, what the hell is going on there? How can you split my 2 girls up? That's like, I wouldn't be able to live with myself with that, no chance.
But you think most men would?
I think a lot of men would just go like, I ain't got the money to support the other one, and that's my kid. That's my kid there. My kid comes first. I think that's how a lot of guys, if I went out with my mates and there's 7 of us there, I reckon the majority will be saying that.
What, they'd let the other child go into care?
I'm thinking if it's like sticky in terms of resources, and it's like you're going to have to go a little bit without here and there, I think most of them go, boy, it's my kid, and I can't do both.
I'm not surprised by that. I thought it would come more down to biology as well. Just like, it's not my child, so it's not my problem.
But even if they are they not thinking about their daughter in it? Like, this is going to break my daughter's heart.
That's what I'd be thinking a lot about as well. My daughter would look at me sideways if I didn't take her sister in. Like 100%. That's like us now. Can you imagine?
No, so it's like you dying.
Yeah.
And me saying, Floren's taking Tia, I can't really afford them. That's what happening. Like, so they're going to go into care. Cree and Shay will stay with me. Cree and Shay, number one, will never forgive me.
Yeah.
Like, forget about even how I feel, yeah? That's their siblings. How could you do that? And also, this man has lived with this girl growing up for most of her life, and then I just think it's absolutely outrageous.
Inconceivable.
I'd prefer to be living in a shack with all the kids together safe.
Right.
It makes me feel emotional just thinking about it now. That's mad to think that if my kids, the 2 young ones, looked at you and said, Mum, what about my brothers and sisters? What?
Yeah.
You're just leaving them like
because
that.
They know no different.
Yeah, exactly.
They're siblings. They don't see any difference with that. And in our house, there is no difference.
No.
But that's why you have to choose wisely who you have children with.
Yeah.
And who you create a family with. Because if the minute you die, they're going to drop your other child out, that is outrageous.
Yeah, but this is part of the onboarding process. This should be part of that process when you start dating. Yeah, when you start dating, these are the type of conversations you should be having.
She's not going to say, I'll leave your child. She wants to
No, but I still think there's like, you'll be able to sense a little bit, I'm sure. Like, if you're asking the right questions, like, listen, there's no doubt in my mind that I fell in love with you, yes, because of our connection, but there's a big part of it as well, is that the way I envisage you embedding yourself in my life as a family, beyond me. It's a massive part. And I think that comes with a lot of conversations, your reactions to certain things, your body language. You don't sit there just thinking, oh, she looks pretty, brilliant. You've got to read into a lot of the reactions to certain things that are said to help you make the biggest decision in your life, which is to bring another person into your family home with kids that aren't biologically yours.
Like, think how devastated that woman would be. She's ill, the mum.
No.
And her ex-partner has left her other child that was part of bringing her up. I'd haunt him.
Yeah.
Because no child really, we're trying to avoid the care system at all costs.
Yeah.
As much as, you know, with siblings, the whole thing is initiative to not separate siblings. And if you can do that, I just can't imagine that many men would. Is biology a big thing for men?
I think so, yeah.
Like
I said, that's what I just said. The words were, that's my kid. I think a lot of men would go, that's my kid. Like, with all due respect, she comes first.
That emotional element just isn't there for it. Yeah. Like, men are not wired to be social creatures, so they're going to think more logically. As you said, are the resources here? Is this my biological child? Maybe if part of that logic is, oh, my kid is going to be really upset. It's actually going to have a detrimental, like maybe they would center, I don't know, maybe they would center their child's well-being. Yeah, exactly. But it's not, what I'm hearing is it's not necessarily driven by, I need to keep them together because I couldn't live with myself. I'll keep them together because my child's going to be really upset and they need to have their sibling there.
So is there like a level of like guilt that just isn't there with men? Sorry, I'm just generalising. Like, do you not have that feeling?
It's like a practicality type of thing though. I think it's more of that. It's more, can I afford this? Because if I can't, all emotions go out the window. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. And I'll come and see you. But good luck, basically. But I'm not saying all men are like this. All men ain't like this, but I think there'll be a lot of men that would be like that. I'm telling you, like you just said, I don't think their first thought is these two girls, their situation, I can't have them split up. A lot of guys will go, I will do it because of my daughter, not because I actually love this kid and I've helped grow the young kids together. I've helped nurture them. And this is morally wrong.
Do you think it's easier for women to take on stepchildren than men? And love them wholly?
I don't think it's a gendered thing.
Do you not think?
Yeah,
No.
It's individual.
Yeah. There's some wicked women out there.
I think it's more individual.
Yeah. I do. I think women are more... The expectation from society is for women to be caregivers and to assume that role. And I think more women will do it out of obligation and play that part and even perform, right?
Yeah.
But whether in their hearts those women want to be doing that, whether those children grow up in an environment where they feel genuine love and care, not necessarily. But I think women will feel more obligated. Do you know what I mean? Like less women walk out on their families. Does that mean less women want to walk out on their families? No, it's just socially unacceptable for a woman to leave her family.
And it's accepted for a man to do that.
For a man.
Yeah.
If a woman abandons her children, it's like, you know, the absolute worst.
Yes, it's mad you say that, yeah, because I always think when we talk about a couple, they've just split up, and then you might say, the man's got the custody of the kids. I'll be like,
yeah.
What? How? What a disgraceful mum.
Yeah.
She's a disgrace.
Yeah.
Whereas if a man...
You said the same.
Is it? That's what I would say. But if it is a man and this lady's got the mum's got the custody, it's like, okay, cool. Is he going to be able to see the kids and that? Is it? There's no disdain for the guy.
Mad.
It's weird.
What? But that's what I think. Like we say mums and dads are equal. They want equal rights. But it isn't equal.
It's not equal.
But the system's not equal either, because the best because the best parent for the child sometimes isn't the mum, but the custodial services and system will more times than not give custodial rights to the mum over the dad.
Yeah, default.
It's just like a natural, that's how it goes, the kids go there. Well, why is that then? Yeah.
Yeah. There's Fathers for Justice. There was a whole movement
Remember
started.
they're jumping in Parliament and that? Climbing the walls. Yeah.
He's dressed up as Batman and like he did this massive protest because there are a lot of fathers who are unfairly like prejudiced. Like there's prejudice against them in courts because the default, they argue, is always that the mothers get more rights. But
should they?
No. I think it should be a case-by-case situation. It shouldn't be like a blanket, as a prejudice immediately. It should be like, let's work out this case. Is the man or the woman the preferred choice of the children? Yeah. There's so many factors to it, but just go through it as a case-by-case.
But I don't want to discount my lived experience, right? And what I've seen with families and parents. And often when mum and dad break up, what I've seen over and over and over again is that the fathers will just detach way more than the mum. Or when the fathers are, and this is just my experience, right? Not necessarily for everyone, but often I've seen when fathers are fighting for their children, they're fighting for control of mum. They're fighting for the perception for people to think that they're being oppressed, but actually they're not. Like we've shared memes in our little blended group. I can't see my kids. They're like, yeah, come over at 4. And they're like, what do you mean?
I'm busy.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. The mums show up more. That's my lived experience. The mums continue to show up more for children when families break down. When parents split up. How many people do we know that grew up in a single parent household with their mum and a father who wasn't that present? Tons. And maybe partly that is because of societal expectations and that mums are just feel more obligated to fulfill that role because of the shame that comes with like leaving your children. But I do also think there's like something wired in men where they're just like, right, let's just seek out a new family. Like, let me find a new bird, have more children and start again. See that all the time.
Yeah, but is that our generation as well? There's a lot of that. I think like the new generation of dads are a bit different to that. Or I'm aware of it more because I see it on social media. Dads fighting for their kids. Whereas some of my experience...
dads love to fight for their kids on social media, but it doesn't correlate with real life often. This is going to sound really out of order and controversial, and I really do want to make sure that like I'm clear in that there are a lot of great fathers, right, who do want to see their children and are going through a rough time and suffer, but I don't think that's the majority. That's just my opinion. It's not.
I'd love to see the data on that.
Yeah.
I would lean on that side as well, if I'm honest. But my lived experience in my house, my dad told me this, and I thought about moving back to St. Lucia when him and my mum split up. But he went and got a flat on the next estate, on the Yellow Brick Estate, next door. For us.
Is that where you grew up?
Yeah, next door on the Friary Estate.
Wow.
But he was... But he stayed there, and then I used to go to his house all the time. But he was like, and then he would take me football. But that wasn't the norm where I was from. It wasn't the norm in your life either. But it wasn't the norm. Most of I used to feel until 12 or 13 when my mum and dad split up, I used to consciously, I swear to you, think to myself, I never said it to no one, but I'd think to myself, right, I'm lucky, man. My mum and dad are in the same house.
Yeah.
That's why I used to think. I said, how have I got this? Like, my mum and dad are here. My dad brings me football. My dad comes home from work, leaves £50 on the side for my mum. Like, some of my mates don't even see their dad.
It's
and
true.
It was weird. And then when they broke up, obviously, but then it was like but then it wasn't so abnormal for me when my mum and dad, but my dad said to me, well, me and your mum and dad are splitting up, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I just went to school, like normal. Because it was just like a normal, okay, I'm like everyone else now. It's quite weird.
Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is, not every dad wants to remain being a dad when the duties are kind of now on strings.
Yeah.
And they're being dictated to. I think that's one of the big issues, when you're being dictated to as a man by the woman, and you're being told when you can and can't see the kids, when you can and can't come round. A lot of men take that as disrespect and go, no, they're my kids. I want to see them when I'm ready to see them.
Yeah.
And there's loads of these dynamics that are going on underneath the rulings.
Interesting. And that is part of the reason why they start drifting away, because they're like, that's just...
To protect them. So sometimes they step away to protect themselves as well, but they don't understand the impact of that. Way laughing. They understand the impact of that on the child or the situation, or how that will make the child feel. When he does that little like...
Why did you laugh?
I'm like, what is he going to come with? It's making me nervous.
No, it's not. It wasn't you. It's just sometimes you say stuff that reminds me of situations. Like, I'm a man. I've been the man of the house. I've never been dictated to since I was a kid. And you're telling me when I can't see my kid, my blood. And then you're ringing the social services on me. Police are coming and arresting me, taking me to the police station. I've spent time in a cell now because all of this could be sorted out by just saying, let me see my kids when I want.
Right.
Yeah, that's
like it's mad.
But then on the flip side of that, I've been with the mums sitting in the house and baby father's outside. Yo, let me come. Yo, banging on the door. Yeah. It's intimidating. It's scary. Yeah. He's out there thinking, I just want to see my kids. Why are you controlling me? She's in there thinking, I'm fearful. I feel like this man's going to batter me. Yeah. Why can't he just text me? The kids are scared. And the kids are scared. Why can't he just text me and say, I'll be over at 2 tomorrow? You know? Like...
But why? But again, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying, but the dynamic is then, why have I got to say it like that? I just told you I want to see the kid, and you're telling me, no, I must do it here, please, thank you, full stop, comma. What's all that about? It's my kid.
It's basic human decency.
But that's what I'm saying. It'll be all these things. And when you're hyped and the guy's hyped and the emotions are flying around, you don't see sense.
Yeah.
Everything becomes blurred.
And once that romantic relationship is out the window, that... like the motivation to be respectful and kind and nice, it's gone. So now you're just two people at war.
We always talk about this.
What if you guys were not together?
If we were not together, he would be terrible. I think I would be okay. I might have a bit of undertone in some things, but you, no. I don't think it would be fun.
Evil. Evil. Oh. I couldn't control. It's just like, I don't know. You can't control what you say sometimes, and then you can't take it back. You can. Not when you're upset.
You're a Scorpio. Rio's a Scorpio. It's like got a bit of a sting to him.
Sace a Scorpio.
I really, very, very
Sace is a double Scorpio. Scorpio sun and Scorpio rising.
I don't know what you are, but I feel like that's it. Calm, chill, like the nicest guy, and then just...
Until he's not.
Yeah. And then when he's not, you're going to really hear something that you weren't expecting.
But I think it's like that emotion, it's like your blood, your kid, and you're telling me I can't see my kid.
Well, come when we're
Some of them as well.
Come.
Some of them as well. I've travelled 3 hours to come here, and now you're saying, because I'm 10 minutes late, because of the transport in London has let me down, you're saying I can't come in and see my kid. What is going on here?
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Stuff like, there'll be loads of that going on.
Yeah, there's no lenient, there's no, what's the word?
But spite comes in then, spite as well.
Yeah.
From the woman's perspective, sometimes it's spite. Hold on, the law says that you had to be at this time. I'm not going to even listen to any excuses. That's it. And I'm ringing so-and-so because you're here at my door now.
I feel like that often happens after a series of madness, like a pattern of, it's like one after the other, the other. You were 3 hours later, you were 2 hours later. And then eventually you're 10 minutes late. She's like, enough.
Yeah, and actually when you say it like that, that makes sense.
Yeah, but you've lived that.
Yeah. Yeah, because that happened with like my mum and dad, and there was lots of this kind of business. And then in the end, my dad ended up moving far away because he couldn't deal with it.
Really?
But then I took that as he doesn't want...
Rejection, isn't it?
Yeah, rejection.
Yeah.
So it's like, I find it difficult to understand the man's perspective. I'm going to be honest.
Go on, what do you mean?
I find it difficult to understand, not necessarily yours, but just that kind of thing as I've just got to move away, as I'm going to do something I shouldn't. I can't understand like moving away from your child. I can't get that.
Not dilemma, but the question in my mind is, do mums, do women not do that because of biology and like this just inner, I can't be away from my children? Or is it more so because of the social stigma?
Yeah, the societal
If there was no social stigma, would more women just be like, get up and go?
I don't know. I think it's
like that maternal instinct.
It's that maternal instinct, like being away from your children, I think. And like you've carried them, they're part of you. You just couldn't. Like I couldn't imagine like for the people that have to live without their children because something's happened to them, I just couldn't. I don't know how you go on.
Yeah.
But I don't think men have as much of that tie. Maybe it's because they weren't born inside. They didn't carry them.
Carry them, yeah.
I couldn't do that though. My biggest thing is if we were split up, my biggest thing is that why I couldn't walk away is, especially in the younger years when they're forming everything and they're so like, the idea of another man being in my house raising my kids is enough to blow my head off now. Like, no.
So it's like territorial.
No way. I don't want no man telling my kids what to do.
No, but that's
how they should live.
But Rio, I'm the stepmom and I tell...
I get that. No, I'm saying like... Well, no, sorry. The caveat to that is that where I've got no input. That's the big part. Sorry, I forgot to put that bit. It's not that... if I'm having input and I'm seeing my kids, etc., and there's another man in the house, that's okay. The madness to me is that I'm being stopped from seeing my kids, but there's another man in the house now dictating as to how my kids are being brought up, and I'm being held over here and can't get to them. That would be like, and there's a lot of guys in that situation, whether it's right, whether it's their fault or not, I don't know, but it would be enough to send you over the edge, that.
Okay, well, let's hope we never get to that, babe.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Me and you forever.
Don't worry.
It'll be a problem. Let me tell you, that blended might have a different twist to it. Imagine.
Blended with a cross.
Yeah. No, it'll still be blended.
Yeah, but it'll be fucked up.
Severed.
Let's put it. I don't think we sit on the sofa.
Severed with Kate and Rio Ferdinand. Just beef every
It'll
week.
be like a
on
metal thing between us. Yeah, it'd be wild. Okay, babe, it's so good to have your opinion, isn't it?
I like coming on. I've got to be honest. It's nice coming on there. It's good.
We love a male's perspective, don't we?
It's a different conversation. I like it.
Joel was really good as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joel, my Joel.
Mate.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
I haven't actually spoken to him about it yet.
A strong male perspective. We love to hear it, see it. I feel like it helps the listeners. So thank you so much for gracing us with your presence.
Thanks, Rio.
Thank you, guys.
If you are watching on YouTube, then please, please, please like, subscribe, follow, comment, tell us what you think of the episode. And if you've got any questions or dilemmas, please send them in via the Blended Instagram. And we'll be here at 7 a.m. next week. Mwah.